The Viola Nursery School hosted its inaugural Cultural Day activity last Wednesday. More in this report. The Parent Teachers Association of the Viola Nursery School, located in New Amsterdam, hosted its inaugural Cultural Day activity on Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. The children, teachers, parents, and visitors were all clad in beautifully designed clothing from the 6 ethnic groups of Guyana. During an invited comment with the president of the school's PTA, Mrs. Sharon Reese Johnson, she told this newscast more about the activity.
Today's activity is really showcasing the 6 ethnic groups in the country and showing our diversities, how different we are, but because of the difference, the thing that actually brings us together as one Guyanese people. We are also hoping to give the children a practical experience of knowing what is what, where it came from, and so they can have a glimpse of their history in all of the 6 races. So, as you would see further when you go around to the different booths, you would see all the different things that we try to showcase, and we also try to be as practical as possible so that the children, can learn from what is actually going on.
Ms. Camille spoke about what the African booth had on display.
We have a bit about the history on the poster there. Then we showcase foods, our crafts, and actually some of the different kinds of cultural wear that the Africans contributed. For the children, some of them were aware of what are some of the things we had on display, and for some of them, most of them, the things are new because they would mostly be okay with things like the our different kind of dresses, but when it comes to food, well, they know the cook up and they know metem. But the other stuff we have rice cake, or we would say rice bread on display, konki. Some of them are aware of the konki, but the fufu, some of them they weren't aware of that.
Miss Elisha shared what the East Indian booth comprised of.
Some of the foods we have the 7 curry, we have the rice, the aloo chana, pumpkin, kalaloo, achar, patahar, and baigani. We have dal curry. These are some of the spices we have here, and these are some of their traditions, their clothing, their jewelry. And we found that this was very informative for the kids because some of them were aware of their culture, while some they were new and they were now learning.
Mrs. Reese Johnson spoke about what they had on display at the Amerindian booth.
We have some craft here that is made with straws, right? And these craft, because these materials are non-timber forest products, they're found in the forest, and they use them to make several different things. And what we have here, we have the bags. We have some bags. We have here little baskets, right? Even this bag here, this is made from nibi. This is a straw bag, right? And we have the nibi that they actually use to make chairs. And when we go to different places, we would see the rocking chairs and so on, right? We have the fan. And for those persons who are familiar with the Guyana, we just have a little replica of what it looks like here. Now I'm happy to say that I was excited when the children came here because they were, first thing they saw was a man fishing, right? So they were au fait with the fact that the Amerindians fish, and even here we have the arambo. From the time the teacher picked it up and asked them what it was, they were able to say what it was, right? And the food, I'm happy to say that even parents are encouraging the use of our indigenous food because the children are aware of it. Right away they could identify cassava bread and all of these things. And so the children's response was really good. And I want to actually commend the teachers for what they're doing because it shows that when, whatever is taught here, that the children are actually learning, right? We have some food stuff on display, the cassava bread and the pepper pot, right? Cassava pone and even farine. A lot of people don't know much about farine, but this here is one of the indigenous foods that you put water on it and then it swells and then you can eat it. It's very fulfilling. And we have, well, the famous paiwari, and even though we won't be sampling today, you know, when it's heritage time, you can take a sample of wherever there is paiwari.
In addition to this activity, the school recently held a community workers activity to teach the children about the different careers in the community. Narima Ali, Channel 8 News.